Mike Portnoy, you know, the drummer in Dream Theater, that's not really a drummer of Dream Theater anymore, huh? He's playing drums with John Petrucci, with the John Petrucci solo project. He's also on Liquid Tension now. Winery Dogs? Is he playing Winery Dogs? Probably. Anyways, he's saying something right here. What is he saying? Let's check out. Mike Portnoy, you don't really need a record label to get your music out there. It was a rap. The Winery Dogs drummer, Mike Portnoy, spoke to Darren Paltrowitz, host of the Paltrowcast with Darren Paltrowitz, about the band's decision to release its third album through its Three Dog music label. Okay, he said, well, this new Winery Dogs album is actually the first time I've ever worked without a label. And to be honest, because everything else I do, most of them are with inside-out music. I guess it's kind of where we're at, Portnoy continued. You don't really need a label to get your music out there. As long as you have a distributor and a publicist, you could do the artwork yourself or the people you work with. And it's all about social media these days. Most of the labels are relying on us, the artists, to promote their records these days. I've seen it happen with labels. I've seen it happen with concert promoters. They're relying on the artists' social media to get the word out more than they're doing it themselves. Think that's kind of where we're going. It's kind of refreshing, to be honest. It puts a little more pressure on us to be doing a lot of legwork, but we reap the benefits from it. We're no longer at the mercy of a label. Very nice. Absolutely agree with Mike Portnoy right here, except for the fact that the statement, you don't really need a record label to get your music out there, isn't completely accurate. The problem we have today is that how does anyone make anyone to listen to this bedroom guitar player guy that just released a song and a single? So obviously I'm beating a dead horse right here. This is what I've been doing for years and years. And, you know, with Fear than my own stuff, but also, of course, The Haunted is signed on a label. So I get a little insight of that through The Haunted, for instance. But I've always been an advocate for releasing my own shit, and with that also controlling everything. I mean, that's also the thing. It's not about money either. You lose control when you're with a label. When you're releasing it yourself, you have full control, which for some people might be a bad thing, but for a guy like me that likes to have control, it's perfect. It is a lot of work. Absolutely, it is a lot of work. You have to put in a lot of time, and I would also put marketing in there as well, next to publicist and guy to make an artwork or whatever. Marketing is everything today. You're starting from zero to just breach out of that 0 point up to where you release an album and get a lot of people to listen to it. That part is extremely tough. And that's where a label probably would do a lot of good work, because then a band could be signed to a label that has some sort of a name, and they can help you with, you know, marketing and make it reach to new people. You can do it yourself, but start from zero is extremely tough. It's extremely tough. So this statement right here, you don't really need a record label to get your music out there. It applies easier to a guy that already has a name out there. It's a lot easier then. For the smallest guy that starts at zero, it's going to be really tough, because he's competing with all the other guys, like the millions of other bands and guitar players or bedroom guitar players that are also starting from zero. It's incredibly tough. Social media is everything today. And also, obviously, a slight bit of talent. Also, a huge chunk of luck is also very needed. Releasing an album as an independent, small-time artist it's pretty stupid nowadays, because then you're just gonna rely on that album being in a lucky situation. Why not try to scatter out your lucks? You have to create your own luck a little bit. So releasing a full album, it's not really good. You need to release singles. I've been talking about this before. It's basically scattering out of news, and you have to work really hard, and you can't be put down if the first piece of news is not doing well. You just have to keep at it. What can you do different? You have to evolve all the time, and don't settle for just, you know, releasing the single. That's when the work starts. You know? So you have to create your own luck a little bit. And how do you do that with an album? Well, you release singles. And, you know, release news, basically. That's what it is. That having 12 pieces of news is better than having one piece of news, because you want to be in people's faces. That's just how it is today. Do I agree with it? No, maybe not. But that's just the way it works today. We all have to accept that. If you're not an established artist. Okay? Let's start with the flavor.
I can be honest, I haven't eaten a before, so I don't know, but